You're in your apartment alone. Then you hear something. You think, was it just the storm? You realize you're not alone. Your living room is not safe with Unhinged, the new immersive game experience brought to you by Netflix. To make it out alive, you must answer the phone. The question is, when your phone rings, will you answer? Tap the banner to play Unhinged now, only on Netflix.
This is going to be an extremely busy month. I have to watch 104 soccer games, follow the pregame, the postgame, yell useless opinions at the TV. It's a lot. So I knew that when it comes to screening for colon cancer, the choice was clear. The Cologuard Plus test. It can be used at home and can only take 15 minutes, so I can do it during halftime and not miss any action. If you are 45 or older and at average risk, ask your healthcare provider about screening for colon cancer with the Cologuard test. You can also request a prescription at Cologuard.com.
Welcome back to Haunted America, the podcast where we explore the most haunted places, mysterious legends, and chilling paranormal encounters from across the United States. Tonight, we're traveling to one of the most infamous haunted locations in America, a place where history and the supernatural seem permanently intertwined. Standing in the shadow of Gettysburg blood-soaked battlefield is a centuries-old inn marked by over 100 bullet holes, a building that witnessed the horrors of the Civil War firsthand. This is the story of the Farnsworth House Inn in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. Do the spirits of soldiers still linger inside its walls? And why do so many visitors leave convinced they've experienced something they cannot explain? Turn down the lights, settle in, and join us as we uncover the history, tragedy, and hauntings of the Farnsworth House Inn. This is Haunted America. Before we dive into tonight... Yep, I'm already messing up my script. Before we dive into tonight's episode, make sure you're following Haunted America on Facebook. That's where you'll find episode updates, behind-the-scenes content, paranormal news, upcoming investigations, anything Haunted America. That's where you'll find it. We're also incredibly excited to announce our upcoming series, Haunted America 50 States of Fear. Starting in August and going on for months, we'll be exploring some of the most haunted, mysterious, and terrifying locations in every single state across America. From abandoned prisons to haunted hotels, to forgotten battlefields, cursed roads, legendary monsters, we're bringing you 50 states, all filled with fear. And we want your help. If there's a haunted location in your state that deserves to be featured, send us an email and tell us about it. Our email is hauntedamericapodcast@gmail.com. That's hauntedamericapodcast@gmail.com. Send us your story, and you may hear it featured on a future episode of Haunted America. Now, let's head to Gettysburg. Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. For many Americans, the name immediately brings images of Civil War battlefields, cannon fire, and one of the most significant turning points in American history. Between July 1st and July 3rd of 1863, the Battle of Gettysburg became the bloodiest battle ever fought on American soil. More than 50,000 soldiers were killed, wounded, or went missing. Entire streets became battle zones. Homes became hospitals, and civilians found themselves trapped in a nightmare. One of those homes still stands today. The building now known as the Farnsworth House Inn was originally constructed in 1810 and expanded with a brick addition in 1833. During the Battle of Gettysburg, the property was owned by Harvey Sweeney and sat directly in the path of the fighting. More than 100 bullet holes remain visible in the structure today. As Confederate troops moved through Gettysburg, sharpshooters reportedly occupied the house because of its strategic location overlooking Baltimore Street. The attic provided an ideal vantage point for snipers. Imagine being inside that house for a minute. The sounds of artillery shaking the walls, musket fire echoing through the streets, the screams of wounded soldiers. The uncertainty of whether the next bullet would come through your window. The Farnsworth house wasn't simply near the battle, it was part of it. Many stories connected to Gettysburg eventually lead back to one name: Jenny Wade. Mary Virginia Jenny Wade remains the only documented civilian killed during the Battle of Gettysburg. According to local tradition, the fatal bullet that struck her may have come from a Confederate sharpshooter positioned near or inside the Sweeney House, now known as the Farnsworth House. Historians note that while the house clearly housed Confederate marksmen, the exact origin of the shot has never been conclusively proven. That uncertainty has fueled debate for more than 160 years. But regardless of where the shot originated, the Farnsworth house remains forever linked to one of Gettysburg's most tragic stories. When the battle finally ended, the suffering did not. Like many structures throughout Gettysburg, the house became a temporary hospital for wounded soldiers. Blood-stained uniforms, amputations, and desperate attempts to save lives became a part of the building's history. Thousands died in Gettysburg, and many died far from home. Many died suddenly, and according to believers in the paranormal, some never left. Now, following the Civil War, Gettysburg slowly rebuilt itself, but memories of the battle never disappeared. Residents began sharing strange stories. Ghostly soldiers, phantom voices, unexplained apparitions. The battlefield itself became known as one of America's most haunted locations. And eventually, the Farnsworth house developed a reputation all its own. The house remained in private ownership for decades before being purchased and restored by Loring and Gene Schultz in 1972. During restoration efforts, many of the battle scars, including bullet holes, were uncovered and preserved. The building was eventually renamed in honor of, I'm going to mess this one up, Brigadier General Elon J. Farnsworth. I didn't mess it up. Ha ha ha. A Union cavalry... I messed that word up. A Union cavalry officer killed during the battle. Today, the inn is listed on the National Register of Historic Places and has become one of Gettysburg's most famous haunted destinations. Really quick side note, guys, and we'll get right back into it. If you didn't listen to the previous episode that we released, should have came out a day ago if you're listening to this in succession here. I was sick last week. I'm leaving to go on a trip, so I'm back to back recording like 5 episodes here to get out while I'm gone for you guys. So if I messed up part of my script, I apologize. I'm just trying to record that way I can get on my way because I am running late. Back to the story. The owners and countless visitors have reported unusual activity for decades. Some guests claim they've heard boots walking across floors when nobody was present. Others describe voices in empty hallways, cold spots, doors opening by themselves, objects moving, and shadowy figures appearing without warning. The reports are so common that many paranormal investigators consider the Farnsworth house one of the most active locations in Gettysburg. Among the most frequently reported apparitions are Civil War soldiers. Who could have guessed that? Witnesses have described seeing men in period uniforms standing at the end of hallways. Some vanish instantly, others simply fade away. Guests often report feeling watched, as though unseen eyes are following them through the house. One particularly famous story involves mysterious music. Staff and guests have claimed to hear what sounds like a Jew's harp being played in the attic despite nobody being there. Legend says the sound may belong to a young soldier who never abandoned his post. Whether folklore or fact, the story continues to be shared by guides and visitors alike. Over the years, numerous spirits have supposedly been identified within the Farnsworth house. One of the most talked about is a young boy named Jeremy. According to local stories, Jeremy died after a tragic accident involving a horse and is said to still roam parts of the inn. Guests claim they've heard child's laughter. Others report feeling tugs on clothing or shoelaces. And some visitors say toys have moved on their own. Another frequently discussed apparition is a mysterious woman often referred to as a mourner. Witnesses describe seeing a young woman dressed in old-fashioned clothing wandering the property. She appears sad, lost, almost as though she's searching for someone. And then she vanishes. The attic remains one of the most infamous areas. Remember, this is where the Confederate sharpshooters reportedly maintained positions during the battle. Visitors often describe overwhelming feelings of anxiety, sudden temperature changes, and the sensation that someone is standing directly behind them, only to turn and find nobody there. The cellar also has a frightening reputation. Many paranormal investigators have claimed to capture unexplained audio recordings there. Footsteps, whispers, voices, strange sounds that don't seem to have a natural explanation. Whether these recordings are evidence of the paranormal or simply environmental noise remains a matter of debate, but they continue to fuel the legend. Gettysburg itself has become a magnet for ghost hunters. The combination of immense loss of life, emotional trauma, and preserved history creates the perfect environment for paranormal stories to flourish. The Farnsworth house sits at the center of that reputation. Whenever a location becomes famous for hauntings, an important question arises. Are people experiencing genuine paranormal activity? Or are expectations influencing what they perceive? Many guests leave convinced they've encountered something supernatural. Online accounts describe shadow figures, cold touches, unexplained noises, and strange occurrences during overnight stays. Some visitors report intensely personal experiences, while others spend the night without witnessing anything unusual at all. The divide is common in the paranormal world. For every believer, there is a skeptic. For every unexplained encounter, there is a possible natural explanation, and that's why it's important to try to debunk. What cannot be disputed, though, is the history. The bullet holes are real. That battle happened, and thousands died. The building stood through one of the darkest moments in American history. Even if someone never experiences a ghost, standing inside those rooms can feel like stepping directly into the past. And perhaps that's what makes places like the Farnsworth house so fascinating. They exist at the intersection of history and mystery. A place where documented facts meet stories that can't be easily explained. A place where visitors arrive seeking answers and often leave with more questions. So what do you think? Are the spirits of Gettysburg still wandering the halls of the Farnsworth House Inn? Do echoes of Civil War remain trapped within its walls? Or are the stories simply the result of imagination fueled by a tragic past? I'll let you guys decide. But personally, how can it not be haunted, right? It takes a quick Google search to see all the photos online. The place is definitely haunted. Anyways, thank you for joining us for another episode of Haunted America. I know this one was short, fellas. If you enjoyed today's episode, please follow the show, leave a review, and share it with your fellow paranormal enthusiasts. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook for updates, bonus content, and information about our upcoming series, Haunted America, 50 States of Fear. And remember, we want to hear from you. Send us your ghost stories, paranormal encounters, urban legends, and haunted location suggestions. Your story could be featured on a future episode. Until next time, keep your eyes open, keep questioning, and remember, sometimes history never truly dies. It just waits in the dark.